Hi, I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's Mystic Minute is the shift to consciousness. I'm not walking along the streets of New York today. My time is kind of compressed, and I've talked a lot about the shift to consciousness or the consciousness shift and what is going on regarding that. People are experiencing it in different ways. How I have been experiencing it over time has been an evolution, an incremental change in vibration, both what I'm feeling inside myself and how I'm perceiving the outside world. We all grew up thinking that the world is solid and dense, and what is solid and dense is reality. And yet reality is so much more than that. I mean, there's the you beyond your body. There's even the you beyond the personality that people define you as. And you can actually see elements of that going on in the world with this consciousness shift. People are changing their definitions of themselves. They're changing their definition of gender, their identification of gender. Some of this comes in with conflict with feeling uncomfortable with the body that they were born into. But I also feel like people are feeling the expansion and that the old definitions just do not describe who they are. And both aspects of that, to me, are because of this shift in consciousness, this greater vibration coming in. Those things are just becoming fluid and more transparent. And it doesn't make it effortless and easier necessarily when we're in the midst of the metamorphosis that's going on. I'm also seeing a lot of people really, really angry about things. And that's because we're no longer tolerating the intolerable. As greater consciousness comes into form, as you can absorb yourself as greater consciousness more in your body, you are feeling that infiniteness of your own value, the expansion of your sense of self, the expansion of infinite power, which is not dominance. People are aware that that's an old power paradigm. It's dominating people, power over others. It's a sense of this inner empowerment. And so we are no longer tolerating anything that seems to be coming from the outside that excludes, does not acknowledge the equality of all conscious beings. All beings are consciousness, except for people who are not acting very consciously. And that's another thing I see people really pissed off with, is people acting unconsciously, where they're unconsciously dissing people because they're operating off of old patterns of behavior, or they're acting unconscious to the state of imbalance in the world. There's a lot of criticism of, billionaires spending their money going into space when they could just use $1 billion to eradicate world hunger. And honestly, they could do both. The thing that's irritating is to watch them do it unconsciously. If they're doing it because it's paving the way for more people to do it, great. But if they're doing it for the glorification of their own ego, not so great. So those are some of the things we're seeing reflected in the world today, and it's becoming more intense. It's becoming more imbalanced, even as it is really shifting to a greater, more potent awareness of consciousness and form. So the thing I notice for myself is when I can take a step back and consciously be aware of myself. Sometimes I'm just saying I'm bringing in more consciousness, which is both within me, but also within my environment. I am seeing more consciousness when I do that. And when I do that, the tension leaves my body. I just feel more aligned. Things make more sense. Because I'm in alignment with consciousness, then what is going on is all part of the creation of consciousness. So if you're feeling like you're spinning your wheels, if you feel like you're butting your head up against the plexiglass wall, if you feel like you're arm wrestling with God, it's just an indication that you're really close to a big breakthrough. And if you'd like more support with that, I have a variety of options. You can go to my website, joan-newcomb.com. You can check out my coaching program there right now, which gives you tools and techniques for how to navigate this reality from greater consciousness. I also have a holodeck meetup where we talk about these things. There is also an upgraded holodeck that is available by invitation only. It's called Voyager. I have a weekly blog and newsletter. I do these YouTube videos, so actually don't forget to subscribe, share and like these videos, get them out to the world. So if you want to know more, go to my website, joan-newcomb.com, and I'll see you in another week with another Mystic Minute.